Is that a smooth enough transition for you?
That's what she said. You didn't start mid-show? We're just that funny in the pre-show.
Absolutely.
Take us away, Sean.
Hi, everybody. I'm Sean.
I'm Jen.
It's time. Right here.
Because we're the...
Midnight DBAs. I mean, we're the Midnight DBAs, dude.
We're the Midnight DBAs. We're feeling particularly buoyant.
Stupid.
We're feeling particularly bouillon tonight.
Yes. I'm feeling bouillon. What flavor of bouillon are you feeling?
This is, according to my card, Season 2,
Okay.
Episode 6. It is Friday, and I can't remember what month it is. It's October 8th, 2010.
2010? Really? Already?
2010.
It was just 29 yesterday.
2010 is actually way better than 5 nines,
Yes.
which beats a straight flush.
Absolutely. But not as good as an old maid. Or a young maiden.
Okay, now we're just off to a slow start. Okay.
Yeah, well.
I'm going to do my intro stuff.
Shall we start again?
No.
Do your intro stuff.
I'm going to do my intro stuff. All right, we are up to 34
on.
groupies. That's one more than last week. Yeah.
And that's me.
No. That's somebody on the Twitters who was like, "Oh my God, I can't believe I haven't been watching." 2 different people in the same day said, "I can't believe I haven't been watching you all this time," which is a really nice thing to say.
You know,
Thank you.
our dev lead has been preaching up the show at work too.
Aw, that's so cute.
You know, no, really, you got to go to midnightdba.com. It is so cool, man. He does his web show.
Shout out, man.
And it's like, wow, it is so cool. Or actually, it's more like she does this web show and she brings her husband along.
I had my new hire orientation today at work, and I got to explain to my my HR girl who I am and all the things I do, and she was duly impressed. She's like, "When do you sleep?" I'm like, I don't. Not really.
Well, I sleep during the times I would ordinarily be counting all of the money I make at my job, but since you are cheap, I don't have that problem.
It's
so
a
I get to sleep.
non-profit. What are you going to do?
Hey, mine's a non-profit. Baylor? It's okay.
Okay.
Mine's a non-profit.
All
So
right.
I'm just saying.
I'm going to throw out a couple more numbers, and then maybe we'll get moving on something.
Okay.
4.
Here's a 7.
And 7. Okay, oddly enough, we are at nearly 1,000 followers on Twitter.
Wow.
We have 943.
That's like 40 more than Jamie has.
Is it?
Yeah.
Jamie who?
I don't know.
Is it really? He's not on Twitter.
Yes. How do you know he's not on Twitter? You don't know that.
Pretty sure.
You're not the
I'm pretty
god
sure
of
because
Twitter.
I follow Mythbusters and Grant, and they would have mentioned, and Adam, and they would have mentioned if you were on Twitter. And
Not
we're...
use of the subjunctive.
You're welcome. Thank you. Anyway, and we're 9,000 tweets, so by the time pass rolls around, we'll hit our 10,000 tweets, which means jack shit, but it's kind of a fun number anyway.
Absolutely.
All right, that's what I've got.
I have something to start off with.
Okay, I need that.
Hold it. I'll do my Jon Stewart. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Midnight DBA.
I think he's right-handed.
Yeah, well, I'm
Go ahead.
not gay-handed. So anyway, I've got a question for you guys, and I will be looking for answers from the from our live studio audience, not you. At the end of the episode, but I came across a situation last night that I want to throw out to you guys, and I'll give you the answer at the end of the show. He says, when is it okay to run processes under an SA account with a weak password
Ooh.
and not worry about whether or not anything ever gets done about it? That is an interesting question, isn't it?
Oh, sure. Sure.
So,
I see that.
I will repeat the question.
Repeat the question for the studio audience, please. Sean.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
When is it okay to run processes under the SA account with a weak password and not worry about the fact that you are doing so? Yes.
Tuesday?
Fine.
Sorry.
Is it a
Anyway,
multiple choice question?
no.
No, it is an essay.
It is an essay
Essay.
question. Essay. So only my vatos can answer, huh?
I don't get it.
Yeah, well, you know.
All right, so
You're not from mi barrio, Mike.
it's been a week.
It has been a week, yes. Since it was last Friday when we filmed this Friday night. Yes, it has been a week.
Okay, so seriously?
Yeah, I know. That's what I was thinking. I was like, really?
We're getting car noises outside. There was actually
well, you see the bullshit
tractor
that was going on out there tonight.
Yeah, and I'm like, it was 9:30 at night, and this big tractor thing outside, and the trucks and the guys with the flashing lights on. I'm like, seriously? Are you guys about to lay cable?
Do y'all eat dinner? Do any of y'all have families? Go home.
It's Friday night. Anyway.
Go watch Midnight DBA.
So there have been a few things. First off, it was announced that of all the 24 hours of past sessions, I haven't told you this, of all the 24 hours of past sessions, mine had the most attendees. Something like 880.
886 or 887.
Yeah, I posted it in my blog.
I know, I read it there.
Oh, you're so sweet. So that was really cool.
You made me. What are you talking about?
Yeah, no doubt. I am, as I've said a couple of times this week, I am sort of the belle of the ball.
I'm moving my foot because you're about to roll over me.
I don't roll, I turn.
I know, but it makes me nervous.
I'm actually sort of locked in place because of the divots in the floor.
Yeah.
Because I'm that fat. Boy. That was not. I'm the belle of the ball. I can't move. So.
Well, it's in the name ball.
Friggin' seriously?
Yeah, these mics will pick that crap up.
Oh well.
That is a tractor, isn't it?
Yeah.
So anyway, as we were saying, that's just part of the fun here at Midnight.
Yeah,
I'm parked by the tractor. Just give me a second.
So anyhow.
But yeah, man, all of a sudden, I'm
yeah, so talk about your belle of the ballness.
I'm being asked. We'll talk about your MVP-ness and my belle of the ballness.
Ma putain.
Shall I shut the window?
Sure, why not? That'll help. You know what? I'm supposed to give up on this. I'm being asked to write editorials for SSC, and I've been asked. I'll go ahead and go public with this. Why not? I've been asked on Quiz Bowl for past this year, so that's going to be fun.
Which amazing.
I know. Go ahead. That's what this is the subject right here.
I don't care.
I know you don't.
Right? I don't.
But I know what it's like too.
But it
it's
amazes
just one
me.
Thing after another.
But it amazes me how past shits on me at every turn they can. Because who was it you were talking to? Who was it you were dealing with? Whoever you were dealing with.
Now, he's not up.
Whoever you were dealing with said, just you, no couples.
Paul and Kim ruined it for everyone.
Paul and Kim ruined it, which I saw Paul and Kim's whole thing and I thought it was fabulous. I don't know what.
Maybe they were too fabulous. They really sort of.
They sucked.
They shot the moon there at the end.
Yeah, but that wasn't because they were a couple.
That was
because they were who they
had
were.
DBCC questions.
It would have been
another.
if it had been Paul and Itzik, it would have been the same slaughter, right? I mean, or Paul and Connor, or Paul and somebody. I mean,
yeah, they teamed me up with Buck, so I suppose I should be offended. Well, because he's like the author in the industry, and the thing. Yeah. So I'm.
You're gonna have to study up your trivia. Why don't you study some of my quiz?
Yeah, sure. He has a quiz. So
anyway, the whole point is that they said, no couples, so Sean can't do it. But
we'll get him in 2011.
We'll give him a chance next year, and it's like, why aren't you giving her a chance next year? How come I'm the one that has to wait?
Because I'm the flavor of the week now.
I've never been the flavor of the week.
Well,
I've never been allowed in the freezer.
This is one of the things that I was going to say. We were talking about being more amiable, and then you threatened me. but no, it occurs to me that, I mean, a lot of people, we've talked about this before, a lot of people have a certain impression of you somehow.
Will you stop with the frickin' pencil?
I'm apparently very something.
It's right there.
I got this one. So apparently... I forgot what I was going to say.
Did you use the Sharpie after all?
There we go.
Somehow you're better than me.
I'm better than you. Yes. No. People have the impression of you as somebody who's very, very gruff and can't control himself and bad language and all that kind of thing. And then they actually see you present and they're like, oh, this guy really knows what he's talking about.
But it's not presenting, it's being at the stupid quiz bowl.
Well, it's an overall impression apparently people get. And I'm wondering now if well, not only are you starting to speak more. I mean, not just in
goes on like fire.
Okay, present more, not just locally, but you're doing other single Saturdays now, and you're really starting to get a name out there. But people are starting to get over that initial impression that's gone around that you're basically some big scary bad man guy.
Well, you see, the thing is I'm not good enough to speak at PASS, but I can man the experts booth, and I can do a birds of a feather.
Because you're an MVP and you're smartly.
I was an MVP I was an MVP the other times I've submitted for PASS 2, and they said, "Oh yeah, look at you." I just don't seem to be good enough for them, is all.
I'm just saying that I think
I can't even be at the goddamn quiz bowl. They probably won't let me watch the quiz bowl. Will you quit hitting the table?
No.
The camera jumps when you do that.
No. Anyway, what you got?
Quit hitting the table. That's what I've got. That's right.
Yeah, unfortunately, the sign's hard to read because the light's reflecting off of it. Tilted. There you go. That's much better.
It's like my phone. It changes it. Oh, no.
I'm with Bitchy.
Oh, you meant me?
No, but okay. You okay?
Yeah, okay.
So, what do you have, Miss Belle of the Ball? Show everybody why you're so bally.
as in what I'm up to?
Whatever you got.
Well, that was kind of the discussion, and then you got all pissy and started complaining. So, well, no, just we've done really well with the Twitters, and we've done really well with the blogs. We're both seeing our numbers just leap through the ceiling. We were talking today about how we used to strive.
One of my numbers leapt through the ceiling, and I'm back down into the double digits now.
Really?
I think so. Well, no.
Well, it's been a couple days since you've blogged. So if I go, I'll stay in the double digits if I go a day or two without blogging.
But my last couple posts haven't really blown people out of the water.
You'll get back to it. It's all right. Don't get discouraged.
They must have read something by PASS that said, "Don't go read anything he says."
But we've got PASS. We've got the Quiz Bowl. We've got the 24 hours of PASS. We've got this week my SQL Server Central Women in Tech article came out, and there was a nice discussion around that. And that's actually leading into something else in a minute. And then oh yeah, we've got BI is in like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Dallas BI is in 2 weeks.
I don't know if I'm going to do anything for that or not.
I can't believe that's still up in the air.
Well, because
is the schedule still up in the air?
Because one of the vendors had a track, and they can only take half the track now. So now they're scrambling to find some new sessions.
I see.
And Ryan said, do you or Jen want to do something for that? And I know you don't.
No, not now.
And I'm like, well, I don't know. I could throw together my SIS thing that I did last time or something. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
Let's check in real quick with the
chats.
Let's
see what's going on with the chats.
Freddie?
He's over there going.
See, this is why Kid doesn't allow eating during the show.
Doesn't he?
No.
See, look. I put up. I'm doing a news of the week, and tell me if you guys like that. By the way, a news of the week blog, and I'm pinning it to the top of the thing, and it shows like all of our blogs and new videos and all kinds of stuff for the week. And see, look, I've got your blogs. For
I
the
know.
week
I
right
saw
there.
that. It was so sweet.
I'm there. I got your back, baby.
Yeah.
So
and I'll be read as long as I have your endorsement.
Yes, yes. Well, like I said, I'm likable. People don't have that impression about me. I'm not as smartly, but I might open some doors for you.
Nick Kane says being outspoken will never let you be flavor of the week, Sean.
Yeah.
I'm just starting to get upset now.
A. Fernandez did like your last Marklar post as well as the rant.
I see. I don't remember what the last Marklar was.
Yeah, me neither.
It was...
Oh, shut up. It's like you've read it at all.
No, I really did.
Did you really?
Oh, it's right here. Troubleshooting database processes. Duh.
Oh,
it went along with the Making Assumptions post.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Which he also talked about in one of his car talks. Did you get that, Groupies?
I got that.
Huh?
You had a car talk on Making Assumptions.
Oh, yes. Yeah, okay, so what, has there been any feedback on that yet?
Not a bit. What did you guys think about that?
Is there any, I want to hear if there's any feedback on my car talks yet, because it's an interesting concept that I'm playing with, and I just want to see what everybody thinks about it. Should I continue it? Because I could do it every other day, right? I mean,
and since this is for the recording, not just the live thing, Sean has, and we've only been publishing it to the groupies, but if you're watching the show, you're kind of a groupie, even if you're not in the group. On the Ustream channel, ustream.tv/channel/DBAs at midnight, anybody can go and see the car talks, and click, watch 8 and 9 minutes.
So that brings me to something that I had on my list because it's just funny.
Yeah,
it's a beautiful segue. The fact that you're watching kind of puts you in the groupies already.
Yeah.
Reminds me of that whole Facebook thing this morning on the radio.
Okay.
So the thing that's going is they've got the new Facebook groups, right?
Yeah.
And apparently, just by being invited to a group, it automatically makes you part of that group. Okay. Have you heard about this?
It's a way to categorize your friends on
right.
Facebook. You can say, okay, these 5 friends are work friends. And you put them in the work group.
So they went to. So the problem is like you can be put in groups just by people inviting you to them. You can be put in groups that you don't want to be associated with, right? And there's nothing you can do about it. So they went to Facebook and they said, well, blah 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 blah. Just unfriend them and you can't get invited to groups. It's like, really? That's your whole thing is to just unfriend them? So what they did was they, what's his name? Is it Zuckerman? No, it's
whatever the head of Facebook is.
Zilchman or whatever.
Zuckerman.
Yeah. So the CEO of Facebook, the little cornhole from the movie guy, they added him to the NAMBLA group, and some Hitler group as well.
Here are the good things about Hitler. Hey, what about the good things about Hitler?
So they added him to both of those groups, and it's like, see, now you're an official member of NAMBLA on Facebook.
Yeah, but Kid followed up.
For those of you who don't know that, that's the North American Man-Boy Love Association. It's a pedophile group. So
that's right, we said it.
So good luck with that, there, buddy. That's But I really love it when people have to eat their own features. When they have to eat their own bugs, when they claim there's not a problem, and then they have to eat that. I kind of like that.
Well, now, didn't Kid follow up by saying that you can just disallow the feature of being added to any group?
Yeah, you can.
You've got 2 different things. You can either unfriend the person or just disallow groups altogether. They don't exist for you.
Yeah. So because I don't want you to put this trigger on this table, I'm not going to allow triggers on the entire server. Because
just in relation to this one person.
Because yours is inappropriate. Nobody can put them on. That's not a solution. That's like saying, well, if you don't like it, then just unplug yourself from Facebook. Just delete your profile. Well, okay, sure. I guess that would stop me from being joined to groups, but
whoops.
So yeah, that's not really a solution to stop groups. Because what if I want to be in groups? What if I'm in professional groups that I would like to be in, right?
Hey.
And then all of a sudden I can't.
Hey guys, I just realized that I disabled the survey before, and I told you guys to go take the survey, so if you tried to go and find the survey and you couldn't find it, tell Freddie and we'll write your name down. I suck. Sorry.
So what are the comments looking like, Freddie?
Well, I asked about the MP, about the car format, and they're saying it should be MP3 format. I'm like, you mean no video? And like, yeah, MP3 is better for listening in the car. I'm like, well, he's recording them in the car, and so I'm trying to figure out. I'm a little lost with the group here.
The good news is that you don't actually
watch.
I did suggest you screencast the Prius display. We'll see how they react to that.
Yeah, why don't y'all go watch them? Not now, but while she's talking. Okay, so that was my big thing. Do you have anything else, or
I do.
Okay, go for it.
I have a topic. We're going to talk about sex.
Nice.
I figured you'd like that. All right.
Go on.
Here's how it goes. So
there are birds and there are bees.
Boy, you're not going to like the opening of this discussion.
I'm not going to like the opening.
So
that's terrible.
So when I was in Colorado, Steve Jones was talking to me, and we were
about
actually talking.
Sex?
Yeah, kind of. We got to
Dude,
talk.
You're just a TKD guy. Remember, I'm in Kempo.
No. Wait for it. That's that clip right there. That's going to be the end.
TKD is like Aikido in diapers.
Dresses. Other wear dresses?
No, Aikido wears dresses.
No, that's right. Fine, I'll be over here. Anyway, so I was in Colorado, talking about the upcoming Women in Tech Week this week on SQL Server Central, right? And he brought it up at the time in the conversation that that's one of the things that really doesn't really get talked about, but it's such a major problem, the tension in the workplace between the sexes. Yeah, no, and so reading through all the blogs, all the editorials and the discussions this week, and then Steve wrapped up the whole week with his own post and brought that up. And I realized that none of us had said anything about it. It's like the elephant in the room. But we all sort of recognize that one of the issues of...
See, Steve, I'm rubbing off on you.
Yeah, one of the issues
no, really.
of you know, the whole man-woman thing is men and women are attracted to each other, or at least...
You should see the girls in my office. No, they're not.
Let me get through this. Men and women are attracted to each
That's
other.
what he said.
Or at least, you know...
In theory.
One to the other and not the other way around and so forth. So it's a really big issue. And I just thought it was really interesting that none of us had even mentioned it. None of us had even gotten... So I've got a vague blog post somewhere in mind, but I just wanted to throw that out there and see how it comes out. Sex in the workplace, what do you think?
Well, you know what it immediately reminds me of?
That time you had sex in the workplace?
Yeah, absolutely. How do you think I got this job? And keep it. And how do you think I interview DBAs? Anyway, it reminds me of our talk last year with Grant. Because I brought this up. That
was
Grant.
such a great interview, and that was such a great story.
Yeah, guys, go watch our interview with Grant last year. It was so good.
It was a great interview.
But
we're gonna interview.
But this still gets me, because it was an article, an internet article on the same thing, except it was sexual harassment in the workplace, right? Except it was male sexual harassment, and I was like
manly butt slapping and stuff like that.
Well, and they said, well, the biggest cause of male on male sexual harassment in the workplace is sexual horseplay, and I was like,
then we immediately go.
And I was like, I've never oil wrestled anybody in a server room, but I was like, sexual horseplay. I don't.
Gets excited.
We don't do that. Do you do that? I don't do that. I've never sexual horseplayed with a guy at work, or even a girl for that matter, because it's just not done, right?
However, you make all kinds of jokes and flirty things to guys and girls.
Oh, absolutely.
Because that's really part of your thing, and
but that's not horseplay. I'm not slapping anybody on the ass.
No, but it's in the realm of the whole sexual tension, sexual jokes, inappropriate stuff that could very well be taken to HR, and then you get slapped with sexual harassment or what the fuck ever.
Well, well, maybe.
I'm not calling you down, because I know your kind of humor, and people get used to it and they think it's funny. But
yeah, I've got things I could say that I don't think I should say on a recording.
Okay. Yeah. Maybe post show.
Maybe.
You guys watching recorded, you just miss out when you don't come live.
That is what she said, actually.
But anyway, back to the whole...
Yes, back to the whole. Yes.
Thing.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I don't know. What's there to be said about it? We've got all this women in tech, men in tech. What's... The big theme for SSC this week was, men and women. Is there a difference? And
well, I'll give you my take on it, right? And
give me your take. That's why I'm asking.
My take is somewhat the same as yours, but kind of from a different angle.
Let's all pause a moment and savor that.
Let's all appreciate that for a second. So
you draw a middle fish.
I know you're more or less for conservative dress in the workplace for girls, and I am too, because I don't think it's necessary either, and I don't think it's appropriate to be all presenting and stuff, right?
Yeah.
But for me, it's from a different standpoint. It's like, especially if you're good looking, get your tits out of my face. I'm trying to work here. You know what I mean? I mean, I can't be sitting there the whole time going, oh, Jesus Christ.
See, this is exactly why I bring it up, because you really are candid about this stuff.
I can't do that all day, every day, It's like just, you got a skirt all the way up to here and thing all the way down to there, and you're all the way out to there, and you're just gorgeous, right? We know you're hot. Trust me, we can tell you're hot with normal clothes on, and it's hard enough to work with you if you're that hot in normal conservative clothes, and then you go pushing everything out.
Yeah, this is exactly why I dress conservatively.
Keep that shit out of my face, man. I just, it's hard.
My thing.
Come on, Freddie, that was for you.
I'm just walking right past it. I don't know. I can't necessarily nail down. I'm such a juvenile. I mean, this whole conversation, hard nail down. But I can't exactly nail down I can't get anywhere past. It's just not appropriate to have the thing and the thing and the thing.
Well, it's not.
Any more than it's appropriate.
Because you're wearing the uniform.
Yeah. Well, any more than it's appropriate to go and teach a high school class in, kick me down and fuck me boots, and a short skirt, and a really low-cut thing.
You get that?
With your hair streaked.
Apparently not.
Oh, that was what my ex did.
I wasn't going to say it.
She was wearing the thigh-high boots, the short skirt and the thigh-high boots, and a little mini thing to teach high school.
She was teaching that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, moving right past that.
Well,
she actually, and I say this to this day because it's the most appropriate description of her. She looked like.
Watch it. This is on film. Come on. Careful. Stick to the facts.
Post show.
Yeah.
How's that?
That's fine. So
but a more current, recording appropriate topic is my initial reaction to this conversation was, I've got nothing to complain about. But then again, I realize my jobs are always, I visit an area of the workplace and then go someplace else because I mostly support desktops or I don't have a desk. I don't stay in one place. Yeah. So if there's somebody hot there, I'm not around it all day. It's like, oh, hey, that's nice. I'll be in my car now, So
you know what's not. You know what the difference is for me? It's not. I mean, I guess it's that sexual thing and all that. But when I say inappropriate, I mean the same way I would look at somebody funky for coming to work out on the ramp, loading and unloading boxes in high heels. That kind of inappropriate. That kind of. What the hell are you thinking dressing like that?
Or for us to take a poster from the school and get one of the high school girls to babysit our kids for the night while we go out, and she shows up all decked out and stuff. And you're like, dude, you're here to play with my kids. What the hell is your problem?
It's not for me.
I got hidden cameras all over the house.
For me, I don't even necessarily have. I mean, if that's from your point of view, then I'll support that and say, okay, well, don't distract the guys by. But yeah, it's the way you dress, and this is something I didn't get as a teenager. The way you dress talks to people, and if you're saying tits to people, then you're saying tits to people.
I say tits to people every day.
You can't say tits to people and then get mad when they
look
tits.
At you. Yeah.
That's what I've got. Anyway, but off the whole dress thing.
There are elephants in the room that we're not allowed to mention.
But no, I didn't mean to get off on the whole dress thing, but just in general, I mean, I wonder how much does that make people, women and men, uncomfortable. I wonder how much that does affect hiring decisions. Are you more likely to hire someone who's hot? Are you less likely to hire someone who's hot or not?
It depends. I'm always really upset when I interview a girl who's even halfway decent looking and she's not cut out for the job.
You're just hoping.
I was like, man, at the same time relieved, because I'm like, man, I'm glad you're not very good because I can sleep well tonight knowing that I didn't hire you for a reason, even though I'd love to look at you all day, but I'm so glad I don't have to look at you every day. It's like, it's tough. I mean, I've worked with some cute girls in the past, and it's just.
And we talk about this. We talk about this stuff all the time, and that kind of thing is ever present. You're perfectly aware of how attractive or unattractive your coworkers are to you. It's an issue. Anyway,
adding to what I said earlier, it's like I said I don't complain, but it's like when someone's dressed provocatively, I don't think, oh hey, there's a worker performing good work. I'm thinking, hey, it's just eye candy. It affects my
that is something
assessment
too.
of them.
You know what I like?
That's an excellent point because there was a lady at there was one lady, one of the vendors at one of the Staples Saturdays that was dressed just completely inappropriately. It wasn't like sexual inappropriate, and as in it wasn't like a deep cut or a short skirt or anything. But she was wearing a bright red dress and heels, where everyone else was wearing shorts and t-shirts and stuff.
Oh, you're talking the sequel set girl?
Yeah, and
yeah, she's
immediately.
Fine too, isn't she?
Well, yeah, but that's what you think of. You
Yep.
look at her and you don't think, oh, she must know a lot about the product, or oh, she's a speaker, or oh, this. You think booth babe. She's trying to be a booth babe.
Yeah, and she's not a booth babe because
No,
I saw her in Red Stick. She was there and dressed more appropriately too, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, it's,
Almost didn't recognize her.
but that's probably one of the things that goes into it, and we have to be more aware of it. Women have to be more aware of how we dress because you guys are so visual. And on the flip side, you guys can get away with anything because there aren't any comparable guys' clothes. When I was making this point to somebody else about guys dressing inappropriate, I had to go to like, you know, really super tight pants that fit your package, or if you came to work dressed in one of those
But even then, they don't
fishnet
really
shirts.
fit your package. The same thing would be like,
spandex.
Wearing some kind of pants that actually had some kind of like ball cleavage cut out.
Yeah, no, it's
If you came to work,
and you could see like the top half of your balls sticking out.
no. If you came to work wearing assless chaps,
Maybe, but so that's a good point, Freddie, because I like some eye candy at work too, right? I mean, you know where I think it's best is like in the parking garage or in the elevator.
Sorry,
as long as it's
what
somebody
we're talking about again.
Yeah, as long as it's somebody I don't have to actually work with, right? Like all the time. I love seeing a good-looking girl at work. I mean, I love seeing hot chicks at work, and it's like, wow, nice. And she gets off a couple floors later, and I'm bye, and then I can go back to my day. And had a nice little 30-second break there, and then I can go on about my day, and I don't have to see her, think of all that all day long. And which is good because I'm in IT, so.
But yeah,
it's not. That just means it's not a concern most of the time.
If I was stuck in one place for 8 hours and Miss Boobalicious over there bouncing around all day, for example, that might be a problem.
Not that I know anything about that.
So anyway,
nothing wrong with that.
what does the chat look like?
I took a glance at it, and they agree about conservative dress for both sexes. But again, guys, what's inappropriate for guys? Okay, we'll say conservative dress not only in the not too sexy for women, but for both sexes, dressing at the right level, right? And dressing in a way that looks good on you. So like clothes that aren't too small. Oh God, I've seen women dress inappropriately in that vein at work, where it makes you look fat.
And I've seen guys do it too, but usually when...
What is that? Can you make it stop?
I don't know.
Okay.
But I've seen guys do it too, but it's usually like the muscle guys who like to show off their muscle shirts and they're...
Would you mind somebody...
Here,
And I've seen that, and I've seen...
Somebody set a timer?
Just... Oh my God. I know what that was. Anyway.
What did you burn?
No, nothing. But I tried to enter in 5 minutes, and then I entered in 5 hours, and I was cooking, and I thought, oh, I better cancel that. That'll go off right in the middle of the show. La 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 la.
So anyway, but yeah, so I've seen guys that, you know, wear the shirts that are all, you know, the sleeves stretched really tight like that. It's like, dude, get a shirt that fits. Seriously.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you didn't lift weights this afternoon and blow up. I mean, come on, man. So I want to talk about something else.
Let's talk about something else.
As much as I love talking about chicks.
that was actually kind of a good topic.
And now for something completely different.
Yes. So, my day.
Tell it. How was your day?
My day was fine.
Well, okay. Next subject.
Yeah, exactly. But
boring.
It's a semi-interesting story. It builds off of the story we had last week. I think it was last week where I had to rebuild our cluster because the system drives got SRDF'd and I had to reinstall SQL. And I don't know if this has happened since. Anyway, so they made the decision to rebuild both cluster boxes from scratch. Don't get me started, right? And so after that, and after I got SQL installed, they decided to pull in a Microsoft field rep to come check out the SQL config to make sure that everything is configured properly for a high-end workload. I found this out yesterday at 4:30 when the guy comes by and says, hey, by the way, we've got a Microsoft field engineer coming tomorrow to sit with you. I'm like, okay, what for? Right? I'm a team player. What for?
You slap your penis as he walks by?
Because that's sexual horseplay. I get it.
because and the thing was, well, because we want him to bless the server, give it a once over and bless the server, and I'm like, why? And now you gotta think about the guy that's doing this. He's the manager for the Windows side, right? Hell of a nice guy. Really like him.
Damn fine guy.
And he knows his stuff. He's a really good. I really like him, right? And he's always trying to be so nice to people and so polite to people, right? And so that leads me to I can't help it sometimes. I just have to fuck with him, right?
Sure.
So he says. So I said, okay. So why is he coming again? So why is he going to bless our server? And he said, well, because he's a SQL guru. And I looked him dead in the eye and said, so am I. And he just, yeah. I was just like, it just killed me, man. I told that story to the guys at lunch today, and they just died. They're like, oh my god, they can see him doing that too. He was, dude, I was just messing with you. Calm down. So
you didn't tell him at the time. You waited until he wasn't watching your web show.
Yeah, I know, right? I can't remember if I told him I was messing with him or not. But so the guy came today, and when he did, I said, ooh, the guy came. But the guy came today, and
Nick wants to know if he was hot.
We're 12 years old.
No, he
that is
really
inappropriate,
wasn't.
Nick.
He was an older kind of guy, and no, he wasn't even if I were a girl, a middle-aged woman, he wasn't a good-looking guy.
Yeah, one thing you should know about Sean is he will always answer that question honestly and to the best of his ability. Yes. I kind of like that about you. Yeah, we did.
So he looked over our server and he found a couple things that that were suspect, right? And he brought them to my attention, and I told him why they were like that, and then he goes, "Oh, okay." So anyway, that's all I got on that. I do find it funny that, and I had a couple guys over here too, right? So it's not just me. I've got witnesses. I do have a couple guys that overheard him. I don't want to say outright dick measuring, but it was kind of like that, right? Well, because he asked me when I explained the situation to him, he says, "Yeah, but you're an MVP. What do you need from me?" I just found out you were coming. I need nothing from you. This is all their deal. I'm providing you the thing, and I'm going to let you do your deal, right? I'm not going to be mad about it. I don't care, right? You're here to do a job. You're more than welcome to come check my work and make sure that I configured the server properly.
Outright dick measuring is the name of my Hall & Oates cover.
Absolutely. It could be nobody else.
I'm so proud. Thank you.
So I got this little thing that he was, and you know how DBAs do sometimes, when they get together, they do this little test of knowledge thing going back and forth, right?
This is like in the animal kingdom, the exchange of scents.
Yeah, something like that.
Or, the chest bumping among the gorillas.
Yeah. But I actually bested him 4 times.
9 times.
Yep.
Wow.
So it was one of those, because he was going.
Are you sure?
And this was the weird thing. This is when I actually figured out that he wasn't just talking to me. That he was actually trying.
Oh, I see.
To dick measure a little bit. When out of the blue, he comes up with an obscure 6.5 bug that he remembers.
Yeah. So, do you remember that time in 6.5 when you turned on trace flag 3804?
Exactly. So yeah, he was talking about an obscure bug in 6.5, and he said, "Yeah, I remember this bug in 6.5 that did the thing." And I'm sitting there. The first thing that goes to my mind is, "Who cares? This is Cotmire 2. Who cares, right?"
And my wife,
so
Morgan Fairchild.
Yeah. You know, Win95 wasn't really 32-bit.
So, and I even bested him on that one.
Did you?
Yes.
Because you had just read about it the other day.
I know, right? No, this is one of the 6.5 things I actually lived. I had a big problem with this when I was at HealthWeb, so it was one of the things I actually lived and figured out. So, yeah.
And remembered, which is interesting.
And I remembered.
I can't remember how to do a goddamn update from. I always have to do it in reverse order and then back again.
You're stupid.
It's okay. I just printed out my cheat sheet.
Ah. I was going to crap on your leg. You were pushing over here a little bit. So anyway, that was my. So the MS guy.
So did you get Tim to write up how great your service is and how great everything is?
I don't know if he's going to do. I don't know if he's going to do a write up or not.
You should have made sure.
Even my boss told me to make sure that he put certain things in there. And
yeah.
One of them is that you've got an MVP on staff, and why don't you listen to him?
Absolutely. Well, it behooves your boss to have the guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Prop you up because
Because I fell over. So anyway, that was my morning. And he was a nice guy, and I'm not saying he was dumb in the least, because I could tell he knew what he was talking about. But saying not as good as the MVP. But I bet you could speak at PASS if you wanted.
It's entirely possible since he works for Microsoft.
Yeah.
But maybe not. Yeah.
But it did bring to light a funny, an odd feature of what I'm looking at. It's an odd feature, and I'm still trying to chase it down in the MVP news groups. And when I do, I'll be happy to tell you guys what I'm able to tell you.
P News?
Yes.
Okay.
But there is a trace flag, 4135, that has to do with a specific insert condition that can give you some errors in the log. And if you turn on 4135, it makes that go away. But the same KB article says if you're not experiencing this problem, do not enable this trace flag because it has it could have some serious performance degradation, right? But it was turned on by default in SQL R2 Data Center. I'm going to say SQL R2, right, because it's probably in all of them, not just Data Center. But if you look at it, it's in the log where it enables 4135, but it's not in the startup parameters, so I don't know how there would be any way to take it out. So I'm currently asking the gods that be, and
we'll see how it goes.
And we'll see how it goes, because that seems rather important.
Doesn't it, though?
But if it's not in the parameters, I don't know how to turn it off. Well, I guess I could do a trace off.
Do you know what I want to talk about?
No, I don't.
I want to talk about PASS.
Okay.
We don't have to if you have stuff you want to talk
about.
No.
I don't have anything pressing. It's like, really, PASS again? Okay, go ahead.
I'm excited about it. We're planning interviews and we're planning
okay.
events.
Our side
that
of
we're doing.
PASS.
Yeah.
That's the.
No, not how awesome thou art and I art.
From all the free time I'm going to have from not teaching.
You're not going to have any jack time.
Well, that's what I'm saying. For all the stuff we're doing, from all the free time I have by not teaching. See?
I see. So yeah, let's talk about PASS.
Okay.
So we're getting in Sunday.
We're getting in Sunday.
We have something Sunday night?
I don't know.
No, originally we were going to get with Lori Edwards and the group to go see the Seattle Underground tour.
Right.
But it starts before we land, so that's no good. And then Monday, I'm not sure what we're doing during the day. Probably try and set up some interviews. I'm really excited. We're starting to get interviews together, and it's not going to be
some good ones.
It's not going to be the same set as last year. There's going to be a little bit of overlap, but I think you guys might be a little surprised at who makes it in and who doesn't.
And who doesn't? Yeah.
Not because we're
we don't want to see them,
but just because there are a lot of people to interview, a lot of people we didn't get last year.
Yeah.
And some really nice behind-the-scenes guys that really deserve a little bit of
Sean Mancave.
Front end. Sean Mancave. Okay, sure. I'm not sure I can go with you on that one.
Well, it is a man cave.
Yeah. But anyway,
have you ever been in my man cave?
I think it's safe to say that Grant has agreed to talk with us again.
Yeah.
Which I'm really looking forward to, and I want to try and make sure to get him on Wednesday because we're all going to be in kilts, so that's going to be so awesome. And you guys can engage in sexual horseplay.
He can sit in my lap, yes.
And I bet he would, too.
I bet he would, too, because he was on a boat. And,
He was. Does things to a man.
Yes, it does.
Kind of like you.
Does things to a man that would frighten a normal man.
And do we want to save the rest, I guess?
Yeah, we don't have anybody nailed down yet. We only got one other interview nailed down.
We've got 2 interviews nailed down, haven't we?
I said one other one. I don't know that we've got
2 other ones. One I talked to yesterday, and the one that's going to be really,
one
really,
you
really
talked to
super
yesterday
interesting.
was who? I don't remember. Oh, yeah, that's right. That one is nailed down, isn't it?
Don't you love it when we get all cryptic?
Yeah, you can announce that one. Sure.
Okay. Adam Mechanic has agreed, and it's very difficult for me to say that like that, because from the very beginning I've always called him Mechanic, and I enjoy that. He'll probably kick my ass for that, but yes, Mechanic has enjoyed.
I don't think he can fight.
Oh, okay. Well, that punk has agreed to sit down with us, and that's
sit
going
down
to
with us in the bitch chair.
That's just going to be truly interesting, I think. And I believe we're going to try and make another foursome with Denny and Cherry. Denny and Cherry? Denny and Chicken.
Denny and Chicken.
Denny and Cherry. So awesome. It's two people. So, and beyond that, I'm not saying. That's it.
Yeah.
I ain't talking no more.
I ain't saying
I'm excited about that. And we've got, I'm supposedly doing the Wit Chalk Talk. There's the Birds of the Feather that you perhaps maybe not kind of sort of something.
Yeah, they're really trying to make room for me at Birds of a Feather because, you know, I'm the kind of guy you have to make room for because I don't get invited.
God damn, this is going to be a lot of fun going to pass the whole ride there. You're going to be like,
wait till you see my birds.
Maybe they couldn't fit me on the plane.
Wait till you see my Birds of the Feather. You shit yourself.
A. Fernandez warns Sean, don't be angry about not speaking at PAST. You risk becoming another Jason Massey.
Oh, my.
No, I'm at least coherent, dude. Come on, seriously? Have you seen Jason lately? Man, the last time I saw him, guy was just, I don't know, man. He was just looking bad to me.
Somebody check up on him. We're worried. And the Wit luncheon on Wednesday, I believe, and then Sequel Kilt Wednesday, and I'm getting our swag and cards and everything ready, and karaoke, and I don't even know what else.
Karaoke.
And this is the big one,
As long
guys.
as we can walk all the way to karaoke again, I'm good.
That'll be fucking great. No, we're going to split a cab 16 ways with people. Monday night, it is not solid yet, but Monday night we are planning, along with Kendra Little, which is not her real name, but that's her on Twitter, to have the Inappropriate Past Session night.
What is her real name?
I don't know. I just said I don't know.
Oh.
Just now I said that.
Really?
Yeah, just now. Didn't I say that, guys? After the Quiz Bowl, trying to find a venue, get people together, and have an Inappropriate Past Sessions night.
I haven't been invited to speak at that either.
You're judging it.
Oh, okay.
No, I mean right now you're judging it. Anyway, so I'm excited. Or what are you excited about? You're excited about bitching the whole time. You're gonna be such a downer, aren't you? Aren't you?
Okay, now I am.
Okay.
No, I like PASS. I used to like PASS. I'm gonna switch to Connections next year. No, I have another topic.
I'm the only one excited about that.
No, you're not. I'm excited.
Talk about your other thing. I'll just ignore you and talk about something else.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. You know what I'm excited about, Pass? Is going to Confio and playing cornhole and thumbing up Idara's Plinko thing that is so stale for the last decade. Come on, guys, get a new game, really.
I'm so excited about cornholing with Confio. I swear. I'm so excited. Who was it? Was it Tom that told us that last night?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Tom LaRock came on Twitter last night and said...
I hope it wasn't NDA.
That I was on public.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah.
Like it matters now, but...
Yeah, NDA. I'm sorry. This is an NDA cornhole experience.
Sure. The feeds crashed 20 minutes ago, so it didn't matter.
Yes, that's hilarious. Anyway, yeah.
Okay, so...
Good time.
So, team building.
Team building.
Team building.
I was wondering if you were going to talk about team building.
Team building, yes. Well, it's on my list right there, so I don't see how you can be wondering.
Because I haven't looked at your list.
I see.
It's sideways and in your little weird scratching.
Yeah, those are called letters. Unlike the crap you
These
produce.
are letters.
Oh my God.
And these
are gold. So team building. Yeah, this week we had an interesting little team building thing at work. I don't know about team building. I don't really feel like my team has been built.
You know, I gotta say, every single time you've said we've got team building and we've got a team building event and all the other things you've said, every time I'm like gay ears and gay wide.
Okay, so the team building event itself was actually kind of fun.
Yeah, sounds like it.
We went to the fair and had a scavenger hunt. We had to break off into groups and have a scavenger hunt at the state fair. Not bad, right?
Bad.
As an idea goes, it's not bad at all.
Was cleavage one of the scavenger items?
No.
He went like this when he said that.
No. But we had to take pictures of everything we found, so I would man that camera all day long. Anyway, but we had to collect 50 items. We had pictures of 50 items, right? Because you can't actually take them. They won't let you take the.
That would be hard to.
They won't let you take the baby giraffe out of the thing, you know. But anyway, so
what did you wear?
So I'm interested a little bit, and I said a little bit, in the kinds of things you guys have been subjected to do for team building, and whether or not it actually built your team, right? I don't suspect that it's the kind of thing that would build your team right away, right? The cooperative things I think are good like that. The scavenger hunt, that's a good cooperative thing. Going bowling or going to a movie, it doesn't really build your team because you don't have to interact with them at all, right? I mean, bowling is like, okay, we're on a team, but when it comes to me, it's just one man, 10 pins.
I'm trying to think if there's ever been
10 frames. But so, and I'm just wondering what have you guys been subjected to for team building sort of thing? Because another group a week before had like a team building thing at like what's the game place here?
GameWorks.
No.
Main event?
Main event?
No.
Chuck E. Cheese?
Does it really matter?
Apparently
but
it
now
does.
it's going to bother me.
I thought that was a prompt.
Yeah, they got a bunch of games.
Can you describe it?
Yes, they've got a bunch of games. I didn't go.
Nickelmania.
No.
Best Buy.
No, you can play the games.
You can play the games at Best Buy?
Anyway, I'll think of it. But anyway, but it didn't strike me as the type of thing that would actually build a team because you go off and you play your games and.
Well, if you like my answer,
yes,
as opposed to just the little people. I'm trying to. I don't think team building has ever made a really big impression on me from the work standpoint because it usually is stuff like going out to game night, and I tend to avoid crap like that because it's like, whatever.
Yeah, I didn't go to the game night. I was invited.
Yeah. But when I was in high school, I was in computer club, and there were all of like 5 of us, and our teacher was really pretty cool. We had 2 different things. I believe I'm remembering this right. She took us out to one of those ropes courses where you have to go through and climb the wall and bounce on the thing and make it over the obstacle and all kinds of stuff like that. And that was fun and required a little bit of interaction.
It's not FUDs. Go ahead.
There's really, I'm glad you're here and you guys because otherwise there'd be no fucking point in talking. Just none whatsoever.
Be quiet, I'm thinking.
That would be the name of the show.
All right, well, Nick's wife had to build boats for a team building activity. I'm curious how that one turned out.
That sounds like actual boats that you can sit in?
Well, that's all he said. He kind of left us hanging there as far as details. It sounds like a story.
Hanging.
But the other thing that we did in computer club is she actually took us all on a camping trip, and that was really
Dave and Buster's.
Cool.
Oh, Dave and Buster's.
Well, it just crossed my mind. I had to say it before I forgot it again. She's gonna.
Nick's been trying to do paintball, but they said they won't let them. Well, no, they're not going to let you take metal guns with pointed at your coworkers.
Okay. Off strike. Come on now.
Geocaching is a team building activity?
Really? Oh, it could
yeah,
be.
Really?
That'd be awesome.
That's
okay.
Interesting.
You had a different reaction to that than I did.
Hmm.
Well, it's no different than scavenger hunting, right? I mean, it is. It's just a different kind and a little bit cheaper. Well, depends on where you are. I'll be over here. Are you friggin' done?
Stop. I'm coming.
Shut up.
Do we need a team building activity here, guys?
No, we've built enough of our team.
So I pull up geocache.org.
Stop it.
Dare Ustream style. There we go.
It is really annoying. We're gonna fight on the air now. You got your wish.
No, no kidding. Are you done?
What about
Really
tattoos as a
nice.
secret?
I just remembered the name of the place. It's
You
not that
spent
big
the
of a
entire
deal.
time I was talking.
But I
on Never
heard
Neverland.
every word you said.
What did I do? For
I
my
don't
computer
remember
thing?
now. Oh, what did you do for your computer thing? Hold on. I got it. Because I was listening. I swear, I was. But we've argued since then. There were only 5 of you, and your teacher took you out. It was, oh God, it's right there. It was, oh God, I hate me.
I have some more detail on Nick's wife's boat building.
Do tell.
And I'm getting it mixed up with the boat building.
And they had to paddle across the lake, and the boats that were built. Now that
is some fun.
You got some
team
skin
building.
in the game, yes.
Nice. I like that. Were
that-
there alligators in the lake?
Yeah, I swear it's right there. I just can't. It's
Yeah,
right there. I swear I was listening. I was. Because there were only 5 of you, and she was really
I
cool.
believe that
And she
I
was really
have
cool.
one.
Hold on.
This
What did
round.
she? What did they do in their computer class for team building? Yeah,
It was like an obstacle course, climbing ropes, jumping over things.
Was that it?
That was one of them.
That was one of them. That's gonna be the. That's gonna be.
That's just going to be the entire preview. Is just a freeze frame of me doing that.
That's the commercial. Anywho, okay.
They chase each other around with Nerf crotch bats.
Would you like to? Would you like to go through Est with me right now?
Est?
Est. It was that '70s thing. Never mind. Who? Nick? You probably remember Est. You sound old.
Way to ingratiate yourself with the fan base there, Sean. Gee, I wonder why he's not more popular than I am.
Let's vote Sean flavor of the week.
Okay, that actually is about time. That's all the time we have here for today. Is there anything else you'd like to talk about so I can ignore you? You don't get to lip. You don't get to lip. You don't get to
I get to do anything I
write
want.
it now?
The audience is actually asking that we move on.
Okay, then what else do you have?
Really cool. We're doing our go live rehearsals. We're completely changing our system over from version 5 to version 5.5, right?
Uh-huh.
And we're moving. I mean, we bought brand new servers and everything for this thing. I mean, just a whole new environment. And it's really cool that we're doing these go live rehearsals, and we're having our 6th one Tuesday. So 5 other times we have practiced moving all of the data, doing the upgrade, getting everything down,
Wow.
getting the users down. Every group. Now this is one of the only projects I have been involved in that has been so meticulously done. Every group is every week some little tiny goes. And every group is
Someone little tiny comes in?
is tweaking their scripts and getting everything down so that when the day comes, boom. And the day is next weekend.
Wow.
Now, as far as that goes, but it's really cool, right? Because
This is the conversion to R2?
Well, yes. The new system will be all on R2, Windows and SQL, Data Center, and right now it's on Yukon and O3. So it's a big upgrade, even at the OS level. So the problem is that even when we go live and we have problems, we've changed the hardware, the OS, the database, the application, the servers. Dude, your guess is as good as mine when we have problems, what it's going to be. Because there will be problems, right? And you got to start from ground. So with that in mind, since all of this could happen, next weekend, everybody is going up to the office and basically staying all weekend, or at least having shifts from your group. They're going to have somebody from your group there all weekend long, starting Friday night and going all the way to Sunday night.
You guys are having a sleepover?
We're having a
You're having a
sleepover.
slumber party.
And they're catering breakfast, lunch, and dinner in the office all weekend. And sodas and other caffeinated things all around. And it's just going to be a big
Breakfast,
thing.
lunch, and dinner is soda, coffee, Red Bull,
exactly.
no dose.
But so, and the reason they're doing that, is so that if there are problems, all of the pertinent members are in the room right now, and we can all
And
say,
it's very
okay,
jittery.
it's my thing. Yeah, I know that. So they can say, okay, I'm checking my thing. No, it looks good. How about you? And we can zero in on the problem much quicker than having to submit a help desk ticket and wait 30 minutes for somebody to respond and then say, well, I didn't see a problem, and pass the ticket on to somebody. That's bullshit, right? Because this is a very critical system. This is our main system.
I gotta tell you, that kind of thoroughnessity is quite refreshing.
Yeah,
you want this for the weekend for that event?
Yes, exactly.
Hang that.
Take that one.
Hang that.
Oh, not me, man. That's so. Yeah, and the PM in charge of that is Chuck, and he's doing a stellar job. He's got so many things. Well, yeah, but that covers my face, and you're.
No, I think it was his point.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
But he's doing a really good job at coordinating everything and making sure that everybody's got their scripts and everything's done. I mean, he's got this thing down to the project plan is right, and it's a meticulous thing that he's got going on. And he's like the gayest band leader ever. And because usually when you lead a band like that, when you direct something, you get something really cool. And he's directing a bunch of nerds. And he's like, okay, you type this. Now you type that. Now you type that.
Oh, it's a symphony coming together.
I know. Right? So anyway, but yeah, I'm not gonna say never. I've been part of very few migrations, major migrations that were major migrations where they actually treated it like a major migration.
Hmm?
Absolutely. Why not?
Should we wear the hats?
No.
Okay.
So this week, the guys on our team that are hosting all of this next weekend activities and making sure that everything goes so smoothly, you are this week's recipient of Sean's Golden Shower Award.
Good job.
So,
good job.
To the Taz team downstairs, I bid you a nice, warm, wet golden shower.
Sorry.
It actually is a golden shower.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's gold. There's a gold chair.
Being showered in gold. There's a gold bar. Gold rain outside.
Rain. The windowsill is rainy. It's gold. It's rainy.
Everything is gold. See, so get your mind out of the gutter.
We're all in our happy place now, right? Yeah.
And it's not many people that get a golden shower from Midnight DBA.
It's only the second one ever, I believe.
Yeah.
Yes, it is the second one ever.
Yeah. Put a little number 2 on that.
So good job, guys. Really.
Actually, it would be the number 1, wouldn't it?
I'm proud to be part of that effort.
I don't know that I have ever heard you speak thusly of a job, ever.
Yeah. Well, everything that they do at my company isn't like, oh my God.
Yeah.
But this group tries to do stuff. I mean, they're treating it like it's a big deal, and it is because
it's very refreshing.
Because we've had 5 walkthroughs, I mean, full dress rehearsals. I mean, actually bringing this system from all the way over to from nothing all the way to a working environment, and something always happens. Somebody always forgets something and has to write it down in their script. So this number 6 is Tuesday, and everybody better have their shit bam, 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 because the real thing is Friday, man. All my scripts are solid. I've gone 3 iterations now with the same scripts, and they're just bam, 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 solid.
You like that?
So we are on it.
Well, we are 5 past.
We are 5 past.
Do we have anything else?
I have something, but it can wait, or it can go to post show or whatever.
Okay, so yes.
There was something we were going to give at the end of the show.
Yes, there was. When is it okay to run procedures under SA with a weak password and not worry about it? Well done, Freddie.
Yes, I want to hear what the people say.
Have anything to say about that? While you're gathering feedback on that, and we've got the drawing. Goddamn.
What drawing?
The drawing for the book from the survey.
Oh, well, it doesn't have to be done right now, does it?
Well, it has to be done before the end of the show.
Did you
promise it during the show? Yes.
Did you prepare?
Yes, I did.
A method of drawing?
Yes, I did.
Well, okay, then continue.
Shut the hell up, dude. I didn't.
You did.
No. All right. So upcoming, we've got October 23rd, Sequel Saturday BI in Dallas. I believe there are actually a few slots open, so go register right now. And if not, then get on the waiting list. And if that doesn't work out, then call, and maybe we'll get you in as a volunteer. Maybe not. Pass is in like tomorrow.
Yeah.
And is that all we've got? There are a couple of events between then and now, but I don't know what they are. I'm on midnightdba.com/Jen, midnightdba.com/DBA-rent, or search for Sequel Marklar. Oddly enough, still the only one out there.
Go figure.
Freddie is out there at itkia.com
Wow.
The IT know-it-all, itkia.com, and he's just getting started on some new stuff.
You know why he's the IT know-it-all? Because IT know-it-some just doesn't sound nearly as good. And I have been invited back to write for TechNet again.
Ooh, shiny. When's that happening?
You know why?
Why?
Because nobody on the past board of directors works for TechNet.
That's just not getting old. Just not getting old at all.
Okay, guys, so...
All right, so what are the answers?
When is it appropriate to run processes under SA? SA. With a very weak vato.
Anyone?
Anybody?
Anyone?
Their answers from earlier scrolled off the chat history, and they don't have anything recent.
Yeah, wow. Okay.
And you should have it. Well, the email poll results should be on your phone or
on my phone.
Anyway,
my guess would
never
be when it's on your personal sandbox.
No.
And it's not connected to the network.
Nope.
And the computer's off. And it doesn't even have SQL on it, and the computer's broken.
We had more than one never answer.
Huh?
We had more than one never.
There's a never.
I see. No, never.
I suggested that it would be in a guarded vault with an air gap around it for the lifetime of the machine. See there?
I see. On a honeypot box. Yeah, sure. I'll give you that on a honeypot. Absolutely.
Honeypot?
They're called honeypot servers. They're the ones that you set out kind of in the DMZ.
Oh, I see.
With semi-weak security, so that to catch. I'm wording this badly for you. To catch hackers coming in and to catch the methods they're using to hack your stuff.
Totally. Yeah. Security demo.
I like that.
Like a chamber pot for hackers. Sure.
So anyway, the real answer, guys, is it is safe to run processes under SA with a weak password and not have to worry about it when they have been running like that for 6 years and you're doing a complete system changeover next weekend. What difference does it make?
That's not bad. I like mine now.
I like yours too.
Okay.
Right? So anyway, I discovered this last night in the middle of the night that I got a support call and it turns out that the thing is running, that the whole application is running under SA with a very weak password. It's not SA, but it might as well be. And this is the system that we've already got brand new servers and everything up for it, and we know for a fact that it's not running under SA on the new side. So I briefly thought about, well, we need to get off that. And I was like, wait a minute. It's got another week to go. It's been running for 6 years. What do I care? So anyway, that's when it's appropriate. Aside from some of the other things that y'all said, because those are actually pretty... I like the honeypot. That's a good one. Anyway, go ahead.
Okay, Freddie. The drawing is pick a number between 1 and 26.
32.
Actually, I'm sorry. Yep, go ahead.
Oh, Jesus.
14.
All right, number 14 is, the winner of the book is Anitha. Anitha R. from the subgroup, from the NT subgroup.
Okay.
So, Anitha, if you're watching, you've won. And if you're not watching, you've won.
Too bad.
The book. Sorry, everybody else.
Must be present to enter. Must be present to win.
Must be present to enter.
Must be present to enter.
That would help. Enter me in the contest.
It's not like Facebook, you know.
No. Okay, that's all I got.
That's all I got.
You got anything?
No. Are you ready with the turn off button?
You gonna give us the signal?
You gonna give us the signal?
All right.
Party on Wayne.
Party on Garth!
Hey.
We'll just do this. Till the end of the show. And maybe beyond, because this is fun.
Oh, that's stuff.
Time to get into that mini little rant of mine.
Isn't it though? You know how I just sort of put that out there for you to just jump on.
I like your style.
Go ahead.
I will chew me up some new sales reps.
Oh yeah?
I do not like having those greenhorn little assholes waste my time.
Talk about, well, pass, actually.
Oh, I was hoping you were going to talk about your sex week.
I can talk about sex week, absolutely. I had a
The
sex
Midnight
week.
DVA's magic week of sex, baby.
Actually, I called it the Sex Talk Week. Last week on SQL Server Central, we...
Up there going, I love all you viewers. You know
I had some kind of way. I mean, my
Hey, Jen.
favorite.
How would you like to come with me to the server room?
Why, Sean, what do you mean by that?
I mean, if you want to keep your job, you'll come put out in the server room.
Oh my...